Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland Leather. There is way too much cool stuff to show you today, but let's give you a preview of everything in the video that's shipping out. We have a Cigar shell Cordovan coin pouch, English tan Dublin leather belt, a custom tall Tony in marbled ultraviolet shell Cordovan, a color number 8 shell Cordovan Bugs Moran, a custom horizontal card slot Bugs Moran, a passport field notes holder, intense blue shell Cordovan with amaretto shell Cordovan on the inside, a Kia shell Cordovan one-shot card holder, a custom Bugs Moran in intense blue shell Cordovan with a horizontal and vertical card slot on the inside, a black shell Cordovan Bugs Moran with cream thread, a vault key holder in teal latigo, a vault key holder in black Dublin, a custom Tony the Ant with a double reverse of color 8, a blonde 1940s calf Fat Herbie with blue thread, a black Dublin and natural chrome excel Fat Herbie hand stitched with hidden card slots, a dark green shell Cordovan Bugs Moran with a natural reverse interior, a Kia shell Cordovan Fat Herbie, a marbled ultraviolet Fat Herbie with a reverse interior, a raw denim Fat Herbie with a tumbled verdigris shell Cordovan on the interior, a cobalt blue and English tan Dublin Fat Herbie, a Bugs Moran in color number 8 chrome excel with a combination vertical and horizontal card slots on the inside, an intense blue shell Cordovan Bugs Moran, but it's reversed on the inside and outside, a natural shell Cordovan Fat Herbie with an alternating reverse and natural shell interior. And last but not least, a Cigar shell Cordovan Fat Herbie. This one's been customized with some additional hidden card slots and hand stitching. And I'm sure you could tell even from just the preview of this video, there's so much incredible stuff in here. I've never seen pretty much all of it in here. These are all special orders from you guys. You have really good taste because some of these are just mind-blowing. But let me start off here first with a coin pouch in Cigar shell Cordovan. Cigar shell Cordovan is a rare color, so it's a special treat for me to be able to see it. And this coin pouch is a design we came up with to be very simple for the countries in the world that still use a lot of coins. So in the United States, I personally hate using coins, but everywhere outside the United States, this is a very popular item to carry around, just any amount of coins in your front pocket to keep it separated from the rest of your wallet. This one's going out today. Can't wait for you to have it. And speaking of going out today, we've got a bunch of belts that are shipping out. This here is the English tan Dublin belt, and this is our new offering. What's new about it is the buckle is this more squared off antique brass finish, and then we've added some new holes in the front here. And these holes are a little bit more of a teardrop shape, which I like because the hole will naturally form to roughly this shape once you start to wear the belt. And everybody that's been trying out these belts, it's been great to get your feedback. What's really interesting and overwhelming is the feedback about the comfort. So people are telling me that this is the most comfortable belt that they've had, which is great to hear. I've been wearing mine for 6 months, and I actually have this English tan Dublin one. I find it to be extremely comfortable as well. It's my favorite belt that I've ever used. Here's a one-shot card holder, and this is in a brand new Kia shell Cordovan. I don't even think that this is a color that Horween is offering, but they've been trying out some new stuff, and we're sort of the guinea pigs, and I'm sort of imparting that character of a guinea pig towards your way as well. We're getting a first crack at a lot of the colors that Skip Horween is coming up with at Horween Leather, and the Kia is one of the newest ones. It's this really mild green color, and he named it after a bird he saw on a nature TV show, because it's sort of this vibrant aqua green color that's very satisfying. And we've got it on this one-shot card holder, which is also a new design for us. We haven't really made too many of these, but I'd like to continue to make more in random leathers because I think this is an inexpensive way to try out different colors and different leathers. I think part of the goal of Ashland is to share all the different leather and colors with as many people as possible. So this is a great way to try it out. Here's a key holder in Teal Latigo, and this is our vault key holder. It has 2 screw posts on the left and right. I like to put 3 keys on each side. If you go less than 2 keys, it gets a little floppy. I also have one shipping out today in black Dublin. You can only find these on our Etsy page. So if you're into the vault key holder and you want to try it out in some non-shell Cordovan leathers, we only offer them on our Etsy page. But if you like shell, we've got it on ashlandleather.com. All right, we're getting into the crazy stuff here. This is a Bugs Moran. On the outside, we've got reverse intense blue shell with a great looking Horween stamp right in the center there. You get to see these blue dye marks that I love. That's what I like about the reverse shell, is the randomization. On the inside, because we flip the outside reversed, you get the intense blue right down the center. That is really cool. What's really striking about this wallet is the way that we cut these 2 pieces in the center. The 2 larger card holders were cut from the same piece with the Horween ink stamp, so you get this sort of context of the Horween ink stamp all through the center. I love the way that this Bugs turned out. Here's another Bugs Moran, and it might look like our regular Bugs Moran on the outside, and it is, but we've made some custom modifications for this customer. They wanted to see a combination of our horizontal card slots, which are sort of a new offering for us. We've been only doing custom makes of the horizontal card slots, but also the original vertical card slots, like on the right here. And what's cool about the horizontal ones on the left is there's an extra slot underneath them that allows you to hold more stuff. This Bugs turned out really well. It makes me love the Chrome XL even more. Just the form factor of the Bugs Moran and being able to hold it in your hand like this, it's just, there's something special about this Chrome XL. Now here's a fun, subtle contrast. This is a black shell Cordovan Bugs Moran, and we've got a bit of cream thread to complement and contrast that black shell. It's a really nice piece of black shell on the outside here. Take a look at the inside too. Same story. With the black shell Cordovan left and right, the cream thread, which I think makes everything look a little bit more interesting, but also we've got the great Horween ink stamp right in the center. And check out this Tony the Ant. This looks to be a color 8 shell Cordovan Tony the Ant, and a double reverse version where we've got shell and reverse shell on the outside, but also on the inside we've got a little bit of a customization on the double reverse where we have shell and reverse shell on the inside. This one's got 2 ink stamps on the left and right. That is really unique. But what's also really interesting is this piece of reverse here is one of the more interesting pieces of reverse shell that I've seen in a while. Just all the random color and texture on there I think is really interesting on this Tony the Ant. Now here's a nice Bugs Moran. This is another rare shell color. This is the dark green shell Cordovan. It's almost like a forest green. At certain angles, some more yellow tones pop out. I like how the edge of that tan color in the edge sort of makes the green pop. There's something about those 2 colors together. Check out the inside. We've got a natural reverse shell to also complement the green. And I think that looks very, very cool. And you can also see the stitching is a contrasting green stitch, which works well with the tan. I think the green and tan together are super interesting. It almost makes both colors look more interesting putting them together. Here's another really cool Bugs Moran. This one is intense blue shell Cordovan on the outside, and you might notice that there's a difference in the thread. This is a contrasting red stitch to go with the blue. I think that looks really cool on the outside there. And on the inside, we've done that same thing as the Bugs we saw earlier, where we're combining the horizontal and the vertical card slots in the left and right. Again, this is a new idea for us. Seems like people are kind of into it, so we might have to make this a standard offering, I think, or at least do some more special runs on these combinations of vertical and horizontal card slots. Here's another workup on the horizontal card slots for the Bugs Moran. In this one here, we've got an alternating natural reverse with a black reverse, which is that greenish shade in the middle there. This one turned out really cool. Take a look at the outside too. This is one of the nicer pieces of shell in the batch today. The natural shell Cordovan on the outside here has a really great face to it. A perfect, bright, shiny, and smooth luster. A really nice golden color. And this one has that color shift that I've been really fascinated by recently, where certain angles it's a little darker, a little bit more caramel and red. And other angles it becomes very light and neutral. It's just a fascinating thing to sort of tilt back and forth. And how about one more Bugs Moran today? This one is a nice palette cleanser because this is in the classic color number 8 shell Cordovan. When most people think about the word Cordovan or the leather Cordovan, they think of this color, that dark brown burgundy sort of oxblood color. This one has a really great clean look, especially after looking at all those interesting and random unique combinations of the reverse and all the fancy colors. Sometimes it's nice to just have a nice clean look here. And I think this one might be my stunner of the day. This is a marbled ultraviolet, and I hesitate to say the stunner of the day because there's maybe 10 wallets in here that are total stunners for me. Look at this one though. The marbled ultraviolet has this cool color range from a vivid magenta shade to a purple and almost down to more of this yellowy tan. And that is really cool. Check out the inside though. This is a reverse ultraviolet, and I like the random dye marks of the reverse ultraviolet, that sort of purple, pink, magenta shade. That is really cool. And then we also have the marbled ultraviolet in the center. Forgot to mention that this is a modification on our Tony the Ant. We call it the tall Tony. There's a bill slot in the back here, but we've made it taller because a lot of bills that are not US dollars stick out of our normal Tony the Ant. This one will fully cover all the world's paper money. So here's yet another really special item. This is our passport field notes holder that we started making a few months ago. We haven't officially released it, but we have been taking some custom orders on it. Check out this intense blue shell on the outside. Holy crap. I love getting my hands on a huge piece of shell. There's something magical about a larger context, and this intense blue shell is very vivid. And this intense blue shell is very vibrant and vivid. Take a look at that nice aqua color. Certain angles it's a little bit more navy, some angles it's a little bit more of a brighter blue, but wait till you see the inside. This has my favorite shell Cordovan color on the inside, the amaretto shell. And I love the combination of the amaretto with the blue. We also get the Horween ink stamp right in the center. This is a really great field notes holder. And I have a lot of custom Fat Herbies to show you today. This first one here is Cobalt Blue Dublin with an English tan Dublin on the inside. And you'll notice on the outside here, we've got this sort of tan thread to match the English tan of the inside. I like the orange and blue together. That is really neat. And we get sort of that same effect on the inside where you see the reverse side of the Cobalt Blue, which is a little bit more of a pale blue on that flesh side of the Cobalt Blue Dublin. But I like the way that these two go together. Most of these wallets that I'm looking at today that we're shipping out, a lot of these are custom ordered. And I think you guys have really great taste. This is a good example of great taste with that orange and blue together. Here's another wallet from somebody with really good taste. This is a natural shell Cordovan Fat Herbie. I love the natural shell. Check out the striations on this one. Very nice natural character on this shell. Really great bright shiny luster. Really rich waxy feel. Super nice. Take a look at the inside though. This one, I believe, if I remember correctly, this is a Color 8 reverse on the left with a natural on the right. That is really cool. Sometimes I get worried about the ink stamp rubbing off from the left side onto the right. You might have to be a little careful to not get this one too wet. I think you will see some of that ink transfer off onto the other side, but that is a really cool look. Here's another one that's up there with the stunner of the day. There's something about this marbled ultraviolet shell that's just remarkable. Take a look at that color. Really vibrant pink, purple, on top of an ultraviolet in the center here. That is really neat. Take a look at the inside. The same story here on the interior on this Fat Herbie as we saw on the Tall Tony a moment ago with this reverse ultraviolet on the inside. I love these random dye marks, that sort of pink shade of the dye, and just how random it is all over the inside. This one is a really cool Fat Herbie. And this wallet is also really nice. There's so many good wallets today. This one is a 1940s calf, and this is in the blonde color of that calfskin. A customer had made a really nice choice on this to put a contrasting blue thread with that caramel blonde color. That is a really neat look. Take a look at the inside. Same thing here. More 1940s calf in that blonde color. I really like this blue and blonde together. That's a really cool Fat Herbie. This one is extra special. The leather is 80 years old. This is a really remarkable piece, and I can't wait for you to have it. Now this Fat Herbie, I know this will not translate well on the video, but this is really cool. This is a black Dublin Fat Herbie. The leather on the outside is so nice, and when you get this one in your hand, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So black Dublin on the outside with a really cool contrasting cream thread, and we have more cream thread on the inside, all hand stitched with natural chrome excel on the interior. And this one has some additional hidden card slots, but there's something really neat about the temper of this Dublin. It's soft and round. It just has a really great feel, and it's a little bit more unique than some of the other Fat Herbies I've felt recently. This one just has like a different feel to it that I think is really special. And if you remember the one-shot card holder from the beginning of the video in the Kia shell, this is the Kia shell Cordovan on the Fat Herbie. And wow, what a cool color that is. It's sometimes hard to see it on the smaller piece like that one shot here, but when you get to see the Kia in a larger context, it's almost like this greenish aqua blue color. I don't know how to describe it, but that is really sweet. There's something magical about this color. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the verdigris, but I've only really seen the tumbled verdigris in the tumbled version, so it's a little bit different than this one. That is really sweet. Take a look at the inside though. I mean, I'll just let you have a moment of this. That is really cool. There's something about the reverse side of the Kia that is a really pleasant color. It's like a baby blue, but a little darker. So this is, I'm having a hard time. They're all stunners today. All right, two more stunners. Check out this guy. I'll give you a look at the outside first. This is Cigar shell Cordovan with an orange hand stitch. And that is sweet looking. I'm really happy with that look. Pretty tough and cool. I like that. And the cigar shell is, again, super hard to get. Take a look at the inside. This is whiskey shell Cordovan with color 8 shell Cordovan hidden card slots. And again, more of that orange hand stitching. This is a very unique Fat Herbie, as are most of the wallets in the video today. One of my favorite of all time here. In fact, so many of the wallets today are some of my favorite I've ever seen. And before I finish off this last wallet today, I just want to tell you like how selfishly privileged I am to be able to experience all this stuff in person. I know that the videos don't do these justice, but I do know that it's better than nothing, right? So we started off doing photos, and I felt like the photos didn't properly translate the luster of this special leather. So I thought I'd start doing these videos as the next best thing from seeing it in person. So for me, it's incredible to just see all these different colors and textures in person. It's just, it's really great to be able to do what I get to do here. And it's because of you guys picking out these great combinations. So here is another dream of mine. I've been talking about the raw shell Cordovan for months now, but this is a new version of the raw shell Cordovan in a color called denim. Take a look at that. That is extra special. There's something magical about this raw denim shell, and I don't know how to describe it. It has like a sleekness to it where it's not super bright and shiny like the normal shells, but there's something with that that also makes the color just a little bit more vibrant and special. And I really hope this translates on the video here, but that is super cool. So the raw denim is one of my new favorite colors and leathers from Horween. Super special. We don't really have any, actually I don't think we have any at all anymore. I think it went into this Herbie, but that's really cool. Take a look at the inside. And here's what's going to put it over the top. Another brand new leather from Horween. This is that tumbled verdigris I was talking about. And I was talking about how this reminded me of the Kia. Let's pull that back out. And let's do a quick comparison here of the tumbled verdigris and the Kia. I noticed that the tumbled verdigris has slightly more blue to it, just overall, and the Kia is a little bit more of a green. It reads more as a green for sure, where the tumbled verdigris can kind of be like a cross between the blue and the green together. But man, wow, so much great stuff in the video here today. I don't think I could possibly pick a stunner. I've been trying to pick out my favorites from each day. There's at least 10 in here that are some of my favorite wallets of all time, including this raw denim. Man, that's cool. So let me know what you guys think was your favorite of the day. Maybe it's the one that you bought. Maybe it's the one that you ordered and we made for you in the video here. So until next time, I hope you have a good one, and take care. Bye.